And welcome back to Red River Co-op Speedway as we are getting ready to move things over now to the feature races for tonight. We have plenty of cars and plenty of things to talk about here at the track. So let's go through our post-parade lineup, as they would say in horse racing. Let's do it here in the world of dirt track racing. Starting off on the pole tonight, driving the number 12 car, that's Tony Casey. His outside, driving the 36. Now, Tony Casey's right now not out there, so we're just going to assume he's going to be out there soon enough. Driving on his outside will be the 36 of Ryan Cousins. Row 2 has the 24 of James Wall and the 4H of Grant Hall. The 55 of Murray Cozy is at the starting spot of row number 3. He's on the inside. On his outside, driving the 88, it's Paul Veert. Cars, of course, a little mixed up right now. When you have this many cars, this can sometimes be a problem. Veert now trying to move his way up the pack. He's a little further back in this one, but they're going to get him in order. Of course, the pace truck's still out there moving them around, giving them opportunity to get in proper order. So like I said, in the outside of row number 3, it's the 88 of Paul Veert. Now, row 4 has the 17 of Christopher Leake and the 44 of Austin Hunter. Row 5 has the 22 of Rick Hamill and a 00D of David Delane. Row 6, the 27 of Joe Tates and the 93 of Kaylin Cron. Row 7 has the X5 of Rob Gordon and the 3 of Jason Somack. Row 8 has the 4B of Brandon Rehill and the 44X of Devin Gordon. Row 9 has the 84 of Justin Lee and the 4D of Dave Kazenko, and the row 10 has the 18 of Gary Unruh and the 20 of Mick Audette, and we are already racing here at the Speedway. And we've got yellow flags already. That didn't take long. So not a good start to this one. This is a class that's had plenty of problems this year when it comes to having nice, clean races. In fact, they even had a green-white checkered a couple weeks ago. So a complete restart here.
A special thanks to some of our many sponsors, including Murray Cozy Trucking Limited. With 28 years of experience and Canadian owned and operated, honesty, integrity, and loyalty are important. You can be confident when you cozy up with us. Check out our website at www.murraycozytrucking.ca.
Murray Cozy Trucking, one of our sponsors here at the Manitoba Racing Network. Wow, they are wide going into turn 2. The exciting thing about 20 cars is there's going to be a lot of action all over the place. James Wall, your leader, after just 2 laps. Great fights in this one all over the place, especially up front. Your leader is James Wall, but behind him it's the 36, the 4H, and the 22, pardon me, James Wall is your leader, followed by Rick Hamill in the 22, the 36 of Ryan Cousins. He's currently in third. If you're looking at the Speedway's transponder system, they are having some problems right now. And it's showing that Paul Veert, for a second there, was in third spot. But now it says the 93 car on their system, and the 93 is nowhere close to that. So we'll do this the old-fashioned way by eye. Some great races in this one. Now, earlier tonight, I had the opportunity to talk to one of our racers. He was driving in a different class a few years ago. He has moved up to this class, and he's done a great job adapting. We're going to throw to that interview right now so you can hear a little bit of what he had to say. And, of course, we have an accident right now in turn 4, so it's a perfect opportunity to listen to what Nick Audette has to say about racing and how his season's been going.
All right, with me right now is Nick Audette. Nick, the Midwest Modified Series this year, how's it going for you in general?
We've had a lot of bad luck this year. Wrecked a couple of weeks ago, replaced everything just about in the back end, and then broke a tranny, found out just this morning. So thanks to Rob Gordon to get us back out here tonight, and hopefully we can get our luck on the good side this time.
A lot of camaraderie between the drivers, to get everybody back onto the track every single week.
Yeah, you know what? I was a little worried about that when we made the jump from the pure stocks to the Midwest mods, but having wrecked, I've had so many guys offering to help out and be there for us and offer us parts, whatever we needed. So I was actually surprised, but I'm glad to see it.
Talk about that change, going from a pure stock to one of these, completely different, isn't it?
Absolutely. The cars are completely different. A lot of suspension changes to be made. Entering corners, exiting corners, everything's completely different. Where you wanted a balanced pure stock, here you want everything rolling over, rotating. So it's a huge change.
Are you enjoying it this year?
I love it. I wish, again, we had some better luck, but otherwise, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Nick Audette, unfortunately, he is not on the track again tonight, having more technical problems trying to get that car running right. And didn't have a very good heat race as well. He ended up having to pull off on that race. So once again, not a good evening for him. But having a lot of fun, I can say, driving this Midwest Modified. So we started the race with 20 cars. We are now down to 17, so they have whittled a few away. Audette being one of them. So unfortunately, the transponder system's having problems right now here in this race. So if you're actually watching the live stats on the Red River Co-op Speedway website, they are not correct. But I can tell you this, the guy in the front right now is the 24, James Wall, followed by Rick Hamill, and the 4H of Grant Hall are your top three. So it looks like we'll be going green on the next go around. And we are going green here at Red River Co-op Speedway. James Wall is your leader, but Rick Hamill has done well week after week. But we got a spinner in turn 2. And we've got another yellow flag. And is this another repeat performance of just a few weeks ago? And last week as well, I should say, was not a good week for the Midwest mods. Talking to some of the drivers, some of them feel that, when you get behind the wheel, everybody feels that they're having to push it as hard as they can to win week after week, but they forget that they sometimes just want to put on a great show. And it'll take a few more weeks, I'm sure, for these guys to get used to driving together in this large car count. Let's see how this one turned out again. You see a little bit of a bump there on Murray Cozy by the 17. And then the 88 of Veert kind of almost looks like he swipes the 00D of David Delane. Hard to tell whether or not he was taking his lane over or was Delane trying to squeak in there. So we started this race with 15 laps. We are now down to 8 remaining. James Wall started this race in 3rd spot. He's all the way up to the front. The guy to watch, though, was Rick Hamill. Rick Hamill started all the way back in 9th. He is currently holding on to 2nd. And he looks fast out there. Clock is ticking down here at the Speedway, which means when we hit 0, if we see any more infractions after that, we go to what we call a green, white, checkered. And we're only going to have 2 laps left in this race. It'd be nice to see them finish it up tonight. But with only 6 minutes left on the clock, they need to speed things up and race clean for the next few laps.
A special thanks to some of our many sponsors, including Murray Cozy Trucking Limited, with 28 years of experience and Canadian owned and operated. Honesty, integrity, and loyalty are important. You can be confident when you cozy up with us. Check out our website at www.murraycozytrucking.ca.
Currently in row number 3, Murray Cozy fighting amongst the leaders to see if he can end up squeaking out a win here tonight at Red River Co-op Speedway. He's going to have to fight James Wall, Rick Hamill, and a slew of other drivers, including that 4H at Grand Hall, if he wants to squeak ahead and get a victory. Your leader's up front, but we got a great race a few cars back as Paul Veert, he's duking it out as well. There he is. He ends up taking over that one. As we're going into the corner, yeah, you can see some great racing going on between our leaders. That's the 22 and the 24. The 22 car getting some speed on the outside, trying to get around James Wall. Wall, right now, your current leader, but no, Rick Hamill slides in front of him with just 6 laps to go. Paul Veert now has moved himself up to 4th spot in this race, driving the 88. Looking to make up some more ground in this one. But great racing by James Wall up front. The 44 of Austin Hunter, he's in 3rd, and he's fighting it out with Veert right now. Hunter and Veert. That's the race for 3rd. Oh boy, a couple cars having problems on the front stretch. We're another yellow. Not good news. The problem that plagues this class, it happens again. They've added a lap on the board, so we got 6 laps remaining. The time clock at the front, just below our flag waiver, our flag official, shows 2:47 right now, which means as that winds down to 0, if it hits that magic number, the next infraction means a green, white, checkered. And with another car out in the front, going to take him a few seconds to get back into the pack. Looks like we could be a couple more laps here before we see racing, and that clock could run out. Rick Hamill currently out in front. A couple of dice on the front of his car. That's a nice little touch. The 22. Looks like it needs a little body work on that back panel. Par for the course when you go dirt track racing. So still trying to corral these cars and get them back into order. We're going to go around the track another time. It's taking forever to get these Midwest Modifieds done tonight. We still have 6 laps to go. The clock keeps winding down. So it looks like the count is probably, the cars are starting to finally get back in order, and the clock is winding down to its last minute. Which means with just 1 minute to go on that clock, and as we're winding down now, just 40 seconds left now, we are going to be going to green, white, checkered after this if they can't get their act together and run a nice, clean race. So they're going to be going single file, Delaware start. Hopefully this gets them to race fairly clean. But they are getting 1 to green. The clock is now officially expired. So no time left. We have to race clean from this point, otherwise we're going to a green, white, checkered. I've just been given a thumbs up from the officials up here in the press box that the live timing is now correct. They've fixed the small problems that they were running into. And it looks like hopefully these modifieds have fixed up their problem, these Midwest mods. We are green flag racing, 6 laps to go, no time left on the clock. Need to race clean. Oh boy, problems on turn 1 and 2. The 55 and the 3, they go right back onto the track. They know they can't afford to have any more problems. That was Somac and Cozy. Another car having problems on turn 3. Oh boy, they're both stopped. And here comes the yellow. Pull out the bacon, it's time for breakfast. We've been here that long. We're going to take a quick break as they get these cars back in order. You're watching the Manitoba Racing Network on the ManitobaRacingNetwork.com's website.
Right outside with my guitar in my hands, and the notes became a
special thanks. This video production is sponsored in part by Inferno's Bistro, located in the heart of St. Boniface, and Inferno's on Academy, Winnipeg's hottest restaurant and lounge. Check us out at infernosbistro.com and infernosonacademy.com.
So thank you for joining us tonight here on the ManitobaRacingNetwork.com. Our live pay-per-view here from Red River Co-op Speedway. We do every week. Next week we have 2 shows to give you. One on Thursday night, one on Friday as we get ready here for the Big Al Delane Memorial. Where you're going to see the Midwest Modifieds, the Modifieds all racing. There could be some huge number of cars. So, like I said, time has expired. There's no time left on the clock, which means the next infraction would be a green-white checkered. If you take a look right now, we're going to be going to just 2 laps to go in this race. Here we go racing once again. 2 laps to go on the board. Single file Delaware restart. Wall goes to the inside early on. Hits the throttle. Hamill, though, goes wide to the outside. He must have some grip out there because he flies way ahead of Wall. Austin Hunter in 3rd. Paul Viert in 4th. Viert goes to the inside. As we go around turn 4, your leader in this one is the 22 of Rick Hamill. Hamill. Oh, yeah, he's got some room out there. And Viert had sole spot for a 3rd for a half second, and Austin Hunter manages to hold on and come right back. And your winner in this one, it's the 22. And this is how they wind up here tonight. So there you have it, a winner once again. That's Rick Hamill. Big race for him this evening. He picks up the winning spot tonight. Rick Hamill with the big victory here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Familiar spot for him. He has done quite well here at the track. Started this race way back in 9th spot, finishes up with the top spot here this evening. But another green-white checkered, and it's going to be kind of a conundrum if next week we see more cars here, and that's what they're probably expecting here. Last year we ended up with around 25 cars for the Big Al Delane Memorial. This time it's a 2-day event. Once again, increased prizes, so there could be some more money for the winner. So that usually encourages more cars to come out. We could see a ton of cars out here, which could mean, if they race like this, a lot of yellow flags. There's your winner in this race. That is Rick Hamill. And they're going to go down to Darren Palin right now here at the Victory Circle, Victory Lane, I should say, where they're going to do what they normally do, a little bit of an interview with our winner. But a good race for Hamill tonight. Another big victory here at Red River Co-op Speedway.
$895. Darcy from the Green Factory is going to draw a lucky number. All right. Here's your winning number in the 50-50.
So let's throw it down to Darren Palin right now as they're just about to finish up here with their 50-50 winners. Hamill, you can see him getting out of the car. We've seen him here before. Another big victory for Rick Hamill.
Picking up yet another big victory in the Walhalla Building Center. car number 22. Well, this is getting to be a little repetitive, but man, I'll tell you, you gotta feel great.
Yeah, it feels great out here.
That car looked really, really good. Smooth racetrack tonight.
Yeah, the track was great. It was pretty racy, nice and dry, and worked out good for me. So
This has to be one of your favorite racetracks by now on the circuit, I would think.
by far, it probably is my favorite. So.
All right, how about it, ladies and gentlemen? Your winner in the Midwest Modified Division, Rick Hamill. I believe we're going to check that is 3 in a row for him here at Red River Co-op Speedway, joined by Adventure Power Products here and Tim Johnson, our official track photographer.
All right, thank you so much, Darren. So we move from the Midwest Mobs to the Super Trucks. They are coming up on the backstretch right now, so they're going to be racing